This is Festival Sounds. I'm Bilal.
And I'm Tilly.
And we have a wonderful guest today, a lovely man. He is your festival friend, Russ. He's a festival influencer from TikTok.
He is. He makes the coolest, kind of quick, snappy videos about what to expect at different festivals, specifically Reading and Leeds, but also he talks about loads of different ones.
If you're going to Reading, you've got to follow his Reading 101. He gives loads of tips for 101 days in the run-up to Reading and Leeds. Really good, really informative, great if you're going for the first time.
And he's trying for Glasgow tickets in the resale, so if you need some more tips, definitely listen to that bit.
Yeah, so we cover a bit today, don't we? So we're going to do a bit of Coachella chat, but we're also going to do a few tips for the Glastonbury resale.
Yeah, it's going to be a super good one. We love Russ.
Russ, welcome to Festival Sounds.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know I was going straight in. Bill, I saw you look at me and I was like, I'm not ready. So, Russ, how did you get into festivals? What was your first festival? How did you get into it?
So I've always been into music. I'm from a musical family. I've played instruments my whole life and stuff. I studied songwriting at uni, but I went to my first Reading. It was my first proper camping festival in 2016. I was quite old going then. I was like 20 or 21, but I'd never been to a camping festival. Went with my mates. All of my favourite bands were playing. And ever since then, we've gone back to Reading Festival every single year. Bar one year when we went to Leeds, and I've always wanted to do content. I've tried to do YouTube channels my whole life, and I downloaded TikTok and I just started making videos. And the Reading lineup, a year ago, last year's lineup was coming out, and I made a video about it, and it sort of blew up. And I thought, I can actually talk about Reading, and I started doing it every day. And where I've been going for so long, this year will be my 10th. No. Next year will be my 10th year. This is my 9th year. I know so much about Reading, so I kind of feel like I've become the expert on Reading and Leeds Festival, and I'm teaching all the young 16 and 17-year-olds that are going. So all the things that I've learned over the years, I'm kind of passing that knowledge on to them. Things that I wish I would have known when I first went.
You're a legit TikTok festival influencer. You have tens of thousands of followers, right?
Yeah.
And Leeds and Reading, it's always new people going, isn't it? So I get why they want someone to just explain to them, this is what's going on. I think, Tilly, you'd have benefited from that when you went. I know I would have done.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely could have done with it, Bill. I tried to tell you what it was like, and you were like, I'm going to love Leeds. And then I don't know if you did love Leeds. I mean...
So, the lineup is incredible every year. It punches way above its weight, considering what they charge. It's not what I go for anymore, but I get why it's good.
They pull in some big names.
It's Travis Scott is playing this year. I don't think he's playing anywhere else in Europe.
Yeah, it's a European exclusive for Reading and Leeds, so that's massive. He's like a global superstar.
Is that one of the things that drew you to it? Was it the lineup? Is that kind of the first thing?
Yeah, initially it was the lineup, because the year I first went, my favourite band is the 1975, and they weren't headlining, they weren't at that level yet, but they were on one of the smaller stages. But then that year they had Red Hot Chili Peppers, I can't remember, it might have been Foo Fighters, 21 Pilots. There was so many big bands, Biffy Clyro, all bands that I listened to growing up. I was like, all of these bands in the same place, plus my favourite band, Lower Down. It just the music just spoke to me, and all of my friends, we all loved it, and we went, and we just fell in love with it, and I've been in love with that festival ever since.
What do you do on your TikTok? What kind of videos do you make? What are you talking about?
So I do a range of stuff. A lot of it is tips, camping tips, a lot of more specific tips, more specific for Reading and Leeds, where's best to camp, where everything is, what essentials to bring. It's a lot of like, I try to provide value for the people. I always think, how can I help these people who are going to this festival? What do I wish I knew when I first went? So I've got a whole list on my phone. I did a whole series last year in the lead up to Reading called Reading 101. So for 101 days, I did like a different tip for the festival every single day. Because I saw that the year before, so someone did like 30 days before, and I thought, how can I like better that? And I did 101.
Blew them out the water.
You weren't just 32, you went for 101.
Yeah. Well, initially I thought, I'll do 100, but then I thought, I need like some sort of like catchphrase or something. So I called it Reading 101 because I thought, I like teaching them, like, and I am, my actual day job is I'm a teacher as well. So yeah, it just kind of.
You are the coolest teacher.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it kind of
I
stuck.
hope you're a music teacher, by the way.
I'm not. I'm a primary school teacher, but I do try and incorporate music into it wherever I can.
And now, kids, we're going to sing "Chocolate" by the 1975.
Obviously, Reading and Leeds is your bread and butter.
Yeah.
Have you been to other festivals? Do you go to other festivals regularly? Like, what is it? Just Reading and Leeds?
Yeah. So initially, it used to be just Reading, and I might go to like a day festival here and there. But since I've started doing TikTok, it's opened so many doors for me, and I'm getting invited to loads of festivals. Like last year, I lost count of how many. I went to like Slam Dunk, Kendall Calling, Latitude, Boardmasters, and this year I'm going to like all the same ones plus more. So I'm kind of trying to become not just the Reading and Leeds guy. I'm trying to become the festival guy overall, to be honest.
Is Reading and Leeds still your favourite one that you've done so far?
Yeah, it's to be fair, it wouldn't have been last year, but I organised a meetup and so many people came. And I felt like a celebrity. It was crazy, and they were chanting my name. And because of that, that was my highlight of the festival season. But if that didn't happen, I think Kendall Calling and Boardmasters, I absolutely loved them because they had what Reading doesn't, like the scenery. Like it was just beautiful, those two places. So I'm really thankful that I get to deal with that sort of stuff through my videos because, yeah, I never would have been able to afford like going to multiple festivals before I started doing it. But I love Reading, but I love festivals in general now. I love all sorts of festivals. I try to go to as many as I can now.
You got to tell us more about the meetup.
Oh, it was crazy. So, because I've got there's a shop at Reading and Leeds. They're called Fat Frank's Camping Shop, and they go to quite a few festivals over the summer. And they do like this click and collect service. So I was plugging them so much on my TikTok just because I've used them myself over the years and I know how good they are. And I organised a meetup at their shop. So I just told people on my TikTok, come on the Thursday to Fat Frank's Camping Shop. I had a brand deal with Boost and I just had loads of Boost drinks left over. So I said, I'm going to give everyone free Boost if you come down to my meetup. I had, I think, 25 cans. And we went to Fat Frank's I think the meetup was at like 7. We went to Fat Frank's at 6:30. We went behind their shop. We had a drink. And the guy from the Fat Frank's Camping Shop, he came around. It was like 2:45. And he said, Russ, you've got to go over it. There's so many people, security are like trying to disperse the crowd. And
that's incredible.
That's so cool. It's like a proper meet and greet. It's amazing.
It was great. And I was worried before that. I said to my friends, if I just gave out all of the Boost drinks, then I'm happy. Like if just 20 people came and I gave out every Boost drink, I'm happy. The Boost drinks weren't like that. People were grabbing them. And then I had to go in the crowd. There's like, I made a couple of videos about it. It was, I actually felt like a rock star. It was crazy. They lifted me, they put me on their shoulders and they were chanting my name. And yeah, it was wild. It was like something, I'll never forget that ever again.
That sounds so cool.
I've seen the videos and people are buzzing. You would think that it's part of Reading. Like this is arranged by them and a special meet and greet. There was a real buzz around it.
Yeah.
You've got people's attention, haven't you? They look to you for guidance. How does that feel? Yeah,
I feel thankful that people actually watch my videos firstly, and I feel like loads of people, as well as all of that stuff, like they were chanting. A lot of people like said to me, "Oh, thanks so much for all your advice," and like a lot of people said, I wouldn't have known what to do if it weren't for your videos. So I feel like I want to try and give back to these festival goers. I want to be, like I said, I want to be that person that I didn't have when I was going to festivals, if that makes sense.
How do you think you would have benefited from your own content if you were going for the first time? Like, what is it that you think is so helpful for people?
I think for me personally, I have to be prepared. So I have to know like what exact things I need to take. I'm not someone that I can just rock up. Like some of my friends, I'm like the organized one. So I have to make sure I've got like enough drink. I have to make sure I've got all of my toiletries.
Enough boost needs to be there, of course.
Yeah. I have to know like if I need hot water, where can I get hot water from? So I just assume one thing I learned from doing TikTok is that I've just got, when I make my videos, I assume that people don't know anything. So even if it's something that I might know, like that's, how does no one know that? Someone might not know that about the festival. So I might make a video about it. And yeah, and it turns out there might be quite a few of these younger adults who are going to festivals, and a lot of them don't actually know a lot of the stuff that I just know because I've been going to festivals for years.
It definitely, I mean, I've been at festivals before where it kind of feels like if you don't know, you don't. Like, if you know, you know, and if you don't, you don't. So,
yeah,
like all the different festival accounts that do post, like, here's where to camp, here's what to pack. Like, I always used to find that so helpful. Like, one thing they never tell you about festivals is how cold it gets at night. So you're thinking, it's summer, it's going to be warm. If you don't pack enough layers, it's going to be cold. So, like, your kind of content is so helpful.
Yeah, and one thing I know that I do is, like, if I've booked a festival or if I've booked a holiday or something, I always look it up on YouTube and TikTok, and I want to learn about what's the best thing to do, where's the best place to go. So I think I've got so much content now. If someone was to type Reading Festival tips or anything, at least a few of my videos will come up and there'll be something there for them.
The reception you get, we can relate a little bit, because when you get those messages from someone to say, I love the pod, we share it between us, you feel lovely. Because you get like a warm glow when someone says, oh, I listen and I really enjoy it, and shout out to the Festival Sounds crew. But I get that feeling and that buzz because we experience it as well. And it's really sweet, the messages we get. Most of the messages we get.
Most of the messages.
Yeah, it's lovely, that feeling you get inside. Yeah.
That feeling is lovely because you put content out for the world. And on any given day, do you ever find, look, maybe this is just me, I do this. Like, I'll get like a stat emailed to me by the hosting company, and you go, oh, someone in Peru listens. And oh, by the way, if you are our listener in Peru, please message us and just explain to us how you listen, where you listen. But we get like these stats, and it's so lovely to think that someone out there on their commute to work in Peru is listening to an episode. It's fascinating, isn't it? And it's quite nice to put content that's just friendly. You know, there's so much horrible stuff out there. Your TikToks, they're always happy. Yeah. And it's a lovely thing to follow.
I've had like people have messaged me before and said, oh, this guy doesn't hate any festivals, and I just feel if I don't have anything nice to say, I'm not going to say it, basically. If there's a lineup that I don't like, I'm not going to come onto TikTok and start dissing it, because I know people, like, there's people work behind these things, and it's like, I'm not going to try and like look down on anything. If it's not positive, I don't really want to put it across my channel, to be honest. So
I think we need to take your mantra into our podcast. No, we're mostly positive, but sorry to the wombats who we were hating like a couple of episodes ago.
Yeah, we take it back.
I take it back.
It's the Glastonbury resale this weekend. No, actually, on Thursday the coach resale starts, and then Sunday's the main resale. You don't have a ticket, do you, Russ?
I don't, sadly. I've done I did everything I could in the last sale to try and get a ticket. I had me and all the boys. I had about 4 laptops, 2 iPads, and everyone like barely got through on the green bar thing. I got the furthest. I got about 3/4 of the way through, and then it sold out. So we're going to try again. I don't know what we're going to do if we don't get it. If we don't get it, so be it. But I really want to go. It's my favorite band headlining, and I'll be so gutted if I don't. But I'm gonna basically do what I did again, because I'm not in a syndicate. I know some people do that. They get into a syndicate and stuff. I don't think I know enough people to join one of those things. So yeah, me and all the boys, we're going to go onto Discord, and we're going to get all of our devices up, and just hope for the best, to be honest.
The 1975 are your favourite band?
Yes.
But not just that. Didn't you have some massive occasion at the 1975?
Yes, I did, yeah. So about last year in February, I proposed to my fiancée, my wife now, my fiancée, at the 1975 show. It was a special show as well, because they played loads of songs that they hadn't played for a while. So it was in Manchester, which is mine and my wife's favourite city. We go visit Manchester all the time. So yeah, it was an amazing day, and we both loved the 1975. They were our first dance at our wedding. We named one of the tables after Matty Healy. We absolutely loved them. So it just mean the world for me if I could get a ticket for Glastonbury. If any of the Evises are listening.
It makes it all that more important that you go this year of all years. So you've got to get your mates into your groups. You've got to understand how many tickets you can buy for the coach sale, how many you can buy for the main sale, get everyone's registration numbers, postcodes, all in an Excel somewhere, where you can cut and paste and make sure people have checked it. I think that's the biggest thing. People who have the most success are the ones who are organised. You're right about getting into a group. The more people who can help, the better. And what I'd say is anyone who's already got tickets, find mates who haven't got tickets and help them out. And I hope that everyone who listens to our podcast gets tickets if they haven't got one already.
Yeah. May the festival gods bless you with tickets.
Hopefully.
So that's the first thing. You've got to get organised. Tilly, what's your tip?
My tip is, if you're using like multiple devices, like say using a laptop and your phone, like make sure your phone is on data or like 4G, because I know, they always say they've had those anti-bot things that are trying to boot out people who are coming from the same Wi-Fi. But I know for a fact this year they were like really hot on it. So if you're like trying with a phone and a laptop and an iPad, like maybe have one or the other on data.
Yeah, and throw all your devices at it.
Yeah.
Like every laptop should be on.
I know they say not to, but it does work.
Can you buy off a smart TV? I don't know. But
probably.
Putting the numbers off a remote control, I don't know how long that'd
You're
take.
Like, hey Siri, buy Glastonbury tickets.
How about you, Russ? From all your research, what have you learned? What's the best thing you can do to get Glastonbury tickets?
I think those two are what came to mind when I was doing research trying to get tickets. Those 2 tips you just gave. I think you've got to have a bit of luck as well, I think. I know that's out of your hands, but
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Because I feel like when I did it, I prepared everything. I was like, I got all the spreadsheet ready for me and all the guys. I had I separated my data, my phone and my data and everything, and I just weren't lucky on the day. So
yeah, I mean, we have all of these tips, and then I didn't get tickets either. So you can know as much as you possibly could, and you wouldn't get tickets. Yeah. And it could be your first ever time trying on one device, and you would get ticket. Like it's so just random, isn't it? Yeah,
and I guess there are avenues if you really, really want to go. You can like volunteer, you can work. Like there are other avenues. I know it can be hard to get places on those things, but there is. Most people won't get tickets, so. There are other avenues if people want to take those as well.
We're always big advocates for volunteering, so if you don't get tickets, I would definitely recommend that.
Any other hacks, any other theories anyone wants to throw out?
I've got a mega theory that it's probably not true, but my theory is that on the acoustic stage, they're going to bring out Timothy Chalamet singing some Bob Dylan songs.
That is a shout. I back that. I back that.
Because on the lineup for the acoustic stage, it says, not completely unknown, a celebration of Bob Dylan songs, including special guests. So my theory, just throwing it out into the Glastonbury universe, is that Timothy Chalamet might come out and sing a Bob Dylan song.
Oh, I might have to take that for my TikTok.
Go for it. Take it. I get the credit, but if it happens, I will be famous.
I'll credit you guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that Timothy Chalamet would do. He loves popping up at like look-alike competitions and all sorts. So maybe, and he was at Coachella.
Yeah, he loves a little side quest. So I definitely see that happening.
Was he at Coachella?
He was at Coachella.
Yeah.
Should we do some Coachella chat?
Definitely.
Yeah, let's do it.
Who saw Coachella coverage?
It was amazing from what I saw.
Yeah, I agree. It looked like unreal.
I hate to say it, it did look pretty good. It also seems to be the year of funny walks. I'm going off Lord and Charlie XCX.
Yes, that walk was funny. That
stompy, angry walk. Off the back of Kendrick doing his weird sideways jig walk.
It's just like great walks.
Yeah. Do you know what? It looked good. You know that camera angle where it panned alongside them as they were walking on the L-shaped stage?
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, what a shot that is. But yeah, if you're a big act now, you've got to have a walk.
Yeah. I think...
What's your walk at the next Reading meetup, Russ?
Oh no.
Are you going to walk in? You're going to have to work on that.
Yeah, I'll have to have a think, to be honest. I'll have to have a think.
You'll just be doing the worm, like, down.
Yeah.
I think that would probably be mine. Or, like, I'd, like, crouch down so everyone would be like, who is that? I don't know who that is.
Can I throw a theory out there? I think Charlie XCX bringing out Lord and Billie Eilish was 2 fingers up to Glastonbury for not putting her on the pyramid.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I agree. She's not going to bring out them at Glasgow. Like, surely not. It's good.
Not on the other stage.
No, not on the other stage.
And I think she said to them, this is what you could have had.
Yeah.
I genuinely think that's part of it.
Yeah.
And good for her if she did, because I've been saying for at least weeks that she should have been on the pyramid.
At least 1 week.
I am not on the bandwagon at all.
I thought she should have, like, before the lineup came out, I was rooting for her to headline before it even came out. So I'm a massive Charlie fan, and I've been for years. I'm so happy that she's getting like the recognition she's getting now.
And she puts on a great show, and that showed it.
Yeah. Speaking of great shows, though, I think I was watching a video of Lady Gaga's performance, and like, you know, I'm pretty nonplussed about Lady Gaga. Like, she's good. Like, I'm not the biggest fan. I probably wouldn't get tickets to go and watch her, but it looked incredible. Yeah,
she's another showwoman. She has a whole show. Like, it's like, she calls it like a ball, doesn't she? Like her tour.
And if you haven't seen the video, I recommend like YouTubing or Googling. There was like a big chess. She was like pretending to be chess pieces, and they were having like a dance battle with the other chess pieces. It was so cool.
I've got to look that up. I missed that.
It was really cool.
That sounds amazing.
It was like her, and like apparently she was singing to like her past self, and like they were like all chess people, and they were like having a little dance battle. It was great.
That is cool. And some of the dance acts, did you see the crowds they were pulling?
Yes. Sammy Vergy, who's playing at Reading Festival, I didn't know that he was known outside of the UK. And I saw the crowd he pulled. It was insane. He was under one of those big sort of... the aeroplane, what are they called?
It's like a hangar, isn't it?
Yeah, hangar, yeah. It was like a hangar. Yeah. And the people, it was like twice as many people outside the hangar watching him than there were inside.
That's so cool. And that would be the coolest stage to like listen to like Sammy Vergy's music. Like, that'd be so cool.
And call me crazy, I think Glastonbury's actually missing a stage like that. Do you know when you see the festivals in Europe and in the US where it's immersive and what's going on in a covered bit? I think
it's like inside but outside. I think those are like those are the coolest, because then when the lights shine, it just looks super like surreal.
Yeah, because even
the visuals.
Yeah, even Reading Festival's brought in one of those stages now. Last year they brought one in. And they've said they're making updates to it this year. So
it clearly was a success.
Yeah.
You need change at a festival. You need something that blows you away and is totally different. And I get it that that's hard. But Coachella, and the other thing with Coachella this year is it calls out bullshit that there's not enough big female artists. They're everywhere. They're just not on the lineups when you don't want them to be.
Yeah.
That's all that's happening.
I was super impressed with the fact that Lola Young was at Coachella. Speaking of people that I don't think, like, I hadn't thought they'd made it outside of the UK, the fact that she was there was so cool. I mean, she wasn't very well, but it was still cool.
Oh, is she the one who threw up?
She did throw up on stage, but
did
everyone
she
was
carry
saying
on singing?
She
Credit
did.
To her
it was like she was singing and then she like turned and threw up and then carried on. But she's in the middle of a desert. She's from the UK. The poor girl's probably just not used to the heat.
She's got heat stroke, right? Who can blame her?
And it probably is very on brand with her messy song.
Yeah. It was all planned.
Who would you take from Coachella and plant them in Glastonbury or Leeds? Or how many of the bands from Coachella are you going to see at Leeds?
I'd take, obviously, Charlie XCX. She's played multiple times at Reading. She could headline easy Reading.
Can you tell how north-centric I am? I keep saying Leeds and you're talking about Reading. That's just all in my head.
It's all the same anyway.
Yeah,
it's all the same. I think I'd love to see because Post Malone's headline Reading and Leeds multiple times, but I'd love to see him now with his sort of country style, because I feel like country's booming in the UK at the moment. I think people would love it. Post Malone doing a country set at Reading.
I saw him in 2019.
Yeah.
And the crowd was in the palm of his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do they? I've only been to Reading twice. Do they get like secret sets at Reading? Is that like a thing?
Yeah, they do. They tend to do like on the smaller stages, so there won't be any on the massive stages. But they do a few secret sets, and they tend to be quite good.
Who would you be most excited for a secret set?
Oh, I'd love. I made a video about it the other day and I've forgotten. Who did I say? I'd love a Blossom secret set.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw your TikTok on that. I think Blossoms are on the trajectory, aren't they?
Yeah. I've just got a feeling that KSI is going to do a secret set at Reading and Leeds.
Ooh.
I've just got a feeling because Trippie Redd's playing on the lineup, and Trippie Redd's the guy that did the song In the Thick of It with him. So I've just got a feeling something's going to happen there.
Yeah. I could see. So, but the thing is, right? If they're doing a secret set at Reading, do they have to do the secret set at Leeds? Like, how does it work?
I learned the hard way because when I was at Leeds, Loyal Kana did one at Reading and not Leeds.
No. So is that why in your head Reading's just way better than Leeds?
Just because I don't ever want to miss any of those sorts of things. Like when Bring Me the Horizon brought out Ed Sheeran, I don't know how I missed that.
Yeah.
That was the 1 year you went to Leeds.
Yeah, the 1 year I went to Leeds.
Oh, what are the chances?
Yeah.
Russ, thank you for coming on. Best of luck in the resale. I'm going to post links to your TikTok in the show notes so people can find your account. To our listeners, if you like our content, you'll like Russ on TikTok because it's short, snappy, it's good fun, loads of festival tips. Honestly, it's a good account to follow. We'd love to have you back on.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I'd love to come on. I've come back on. I've had an amazing time.
We'll definitely need an update when you try in the resale for Glasgow. We'll need if you got it, if you didn't, if you're volunteering, we'll need the goss.
Don't worry, if I get tickets, you'll see it on my TikTok. I will not stop talking about it.
thanks for listening. Why not give us a follow on Instagram or TikTok? Because we're posting a Glassdoor video every day until the festival starts.
We're just trying to be like, Russ, come on.
When we are not close.
We are absolutely nowhere near. Sorry, Russ.